retribution for what you sitting out here talking inflammatory. That's what would make anybody want to do something like that. You see? Make anybody want to do something like that. So we, when we say these things, see, and people think they deserve a pass. You don't deserve no motherfucking pass. You don't.
That's true.
You don't. You don't deserve no pass, man, at all. And then see where you see where he at today. Got L. Ron Hubbard, Scientology, taking pictures with Eminem and all sons all married to Cro-Magnon Neanderthals and shit. I say, man, what kind of shit is this? You mean to tell me, nigga, y'all got enough nerve to talk about Malcolm X like this? And y'all niggas out here cooning on an escalated level like this? This is unbelievable. This is unbelievable, man. And so, they coming out today. Yeah, they're in all to what's it called? Dianetics, synthetic Dianetics. L. Ron Hubbard, a student of Aleister Crowley. You understand what I'm saying? A Satanist. This nigga was this Cro-Magnon Neanderthal.
L. Ron dummy.
Was a Satanist. L. Ron Hubbard went out to California to be with Jack Parsons. They got them, what they call it, it's a new series out talking about, I forget the name of it. Yeah. And Jack Parsons out there in California, and he was the head of Aleister Crowley's OTO in California. Yeah, and L. Ron Hubbard went out there he stayed with Jack Parsons. Yeah, he stayed with Jack Parsons and ended up taking his woman and his money. L. Ron Hubbard sent and stole that man's wife, his money, and everything else. You understand what I'm saying? And so that's your Dianetics. That's your damn L. Ron Hubbard, a crazed maniac who died on the run. He was a fucking outlaw. You understand what I'm saying? He was wanted. They had all kind of warrants on his ass. You see what I'm saying? And when they found him, he was a recluse. The motherfucking nails had grew down like a savage. His hair was all down, he was a savage. Yeah, he was a savage. And this is the man, and you're gonna take out Malcolm X and Khalid Muhammad and give us L. Ron Hubbard. L. Ron Hubbard, you got two profound images of a black man that we so need today. And you take out Malcolm X and Khalid Abdul Muhammad. Man, why couldn't it have been different? Why couldn't it have been Khalid Muhammad under Malcolm X together like that? You see what I'm saying? Oh man, you talking about, how you had dream teams? Man, wow. You understand what I'm saying? That's a dream team.
Mm-hmm.
If you could have them all together, Malcolm X, Khalid Abdul, Dr. Ben and Dr. Clark together, oh my God. We could have made it.
Yeah.
We could have made it, man. We no way in hell. You know what I'm saying? You got the ground runners. You see what I'm saying? You got the masters at the top. Man, that would have been a profound team. You see? And so I just want y'all to understand that when you got leaders, man, that gonna get you and gonna say what need to be said, you got to guard your leaders, man. You got to guard them. You got to take care of them and make sure, man, that, they get the job done, that they are able to get the job done. Because you don't get them. It ain't like you don't get them like that. It's like one a generation. You see, one a century. You see, when you talking about Malcolm X, you're talking about one a century. You ain't gonna, not even, shit, not even a generation. A generation might be 20 years. You only get them one a century. And so, you have to protect them and make sure that they are able to complete the mission. You see? And so family, that speech was the speech that I heard. That was the speech that will forever convince me that Farrakhan and the Nation of Islam were accessories, no doubt about it, to the death of Malcolm X. What man or organization would even insinuate the death of a man unless they want people to implement them in the death? That go for any man's death. Why would you speak out openly and celebrate that death and say, what? You say, did you kill Malcolm? They say, what if we did? What if we did? To insinuate that you had motive and right. He did us wrong. He talked about Elijah Muhammad, and so we had the right to kill him. That's what you're saying. So they didn't even have to look for no motive. You gave them the motive. Something is confusing about that. Most people keep their mouth closed. They don't say shit. We ain't had nothing to do with it. And leave it at that. We didn't have nothing to do with it. We sad about what happened. We wish it could have turned out a different way. We was hoping it would turn out a different way. And so, we're sad about what happened. We didn't have nothing to do. And leave it at that. Not he called his own, he deserved to die. Because if somebody else killed him, and if he deserved it, that didn't have nothing to do. What did they kill him? If it wasn't y'all, what did they kill him over? You see what I'm saying? Well, you see? So you giving us the reason why you feel the way, and you feel the way you do because you feel he scandalized Elijah Muhammad. So if it wasn't you, then what did they kill him over? Because you giving us a motive on why you killed him by insinuating that it was because, the way he scandalized. They didn't say nothing else, that he had a beef with nobody else or nothing. They just emphasized the fact on why they had a beef with Malcolm X. Period. They didn't talk about he had a beef. We don't know. And we understand that the government, but the way y'all did it, that was like leaving him out in the open. Like, okay, go on ahead and see. And then see, when they say that Elijah Muhammad said, don't touch him. Why you didn't? Well, what do you keep saying? What the messaging said, and what if we did? See, now you see, this is something totally different. A man to say, don't touch him, and what if we did? That's two different. That's like bipolarism and shit. What do you mean? Either don't touch him, and if you say don't touch him, don't insinuate that you did touch him, that you had motive to touch him. You see, if you say don't touch him, then nobody should have touched him. We say don't touch him, and that should have been what everybody, but that ain't what you hearing from him. You hearing in the way he made. I don't know what they paid. I never heard him, Real Deal say, I'm trying to get the air, but you know what? You leave behind what you don't want to use, you can leave it behind. I feel you on that. But nevertheless, the niggas have got it. The nigga, we have to lead. You say you trying. Real Deal say, I'm trying to lead the air about our culture. Shit. And I'm trying to lead a nigger out of our culture. Shit. You understand what I'm saying? If we can do that, shit, we'll be somewhere, but I believe that, Malcolm was more, for the progression. You know what I'm saying? Getting us further down the line. You see? Getting us further down the line. He'd have been the last one. Because even when I dealt with Khalid Abdul Muhammad, I listened to him, but when he started talking about the Nation of Islam and all that, Master Farad Muhammad, man, I'm done. I ain't take everything in, but in his heart, I knew he was for our people. Khalid Muhammad wasn't about no error. You understand what I'm saying? And so, but that Nation of Islam and all that damn flying saucer shit and all of that, I couldn't deal with that. I couldn't deal with that. So when I heard him, and I knew what to take and I knew what to leave behind. But ultimately, I knew that he was most definitely one for our people and that he could not be replaced.
That is
He
true.
could not be replaced, and we needed him. You see
Mm-hmm.
what I'm saying? We needed him, and
Mm-hmm.
he would run to the front, quicker than anybody. He would not back down. And when you got such a fearless spirit like that, man, you need that. You know what I'm saying? You need that. Okay. But family, I appreciate y'all being out here. I'm gonna continue to bring it up. I'm gonna continue until we got to get justice for our brother. We got to get justice for Malcolm X, man. And if nothing else, we is to speak and not just praise him, show the world what they have, what people have done to him, and have not yet, no justice have come about from the murder of Malcolm X. No justice has been served, his family yet. 59 years later, he's still nobody, and the people that they locked up, they wasn't even responsible. You see, so we got to continue to fight until justice is served. I want to thank everybody for being here, family. Appreciate you. We ain't gone yet. We got one more for the night. Stay with me. Come back, get some of this fire. Answer me that question in the next.
Well, there you have it, folks. From the great General Sarah Sultan Seti. It's important for us to understand the truths and the rights of the great Malcolm X and what he tried to achieve before they pull this bull that they normally do. The wicked has been assassinating our prophets and leaders. And I'm going to ask the question, same as Brother Bob asked, and I've been asking for many, many years. How long shall we stand aside, and look? How long shall they kill our prophets and we just stand aside and look? How long shall they kill the people of the planet Earth and even cease to destroy the very surface and the planet Earth itself, driven into a nuclear war of great proportion? It's something that we must now start to look at in itself. Same thing they played back with John F. Kennedy and many other things. But we know full well the many different overstanding and things that went on still leads to the same matter today. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to leave it there with the general. And as far as your perspective is concerned, you can do your own research. But we must honor our leaders and we must support our leaders and we must make sure that our leaders are there for us, if they're going to assume the leading position. Many of us now must seek to be leaders within ourselves. We cannot let others lead us. We must consult people who mean well in the understanding of leadership, in scholarism, and many other things to lead the minds of the people in the rightful directions. And much of it comes down to you because we are not babysitters. We are men of knowledge and men of wisdom that care for our people and the planet that we live on. So if you choose to vote this election, then do so. No one is interested in that other than the understanding of our people first. And this is a matter of high concern, not looking into everyone else. My advice is to get over to people get over to my man, the general himself on the battlefield, you know what I'm saying? and get your study on in his Patreon accounts and his Patreon college. It's highly important that you do so, because one thing every man, no matter what color race you are, sure do not want to pass away a dummy. You know what I'm saying? In the matter of even straightening out the planet that we live on, it's highly important that we understand that. You cannot straighten out something of a catastrophe. See, what they have done over generations of time is to legitimize the assassination of great leaders or people who were telling the truth and leading the people in the rightful direction and giving them the rightful information about the demon democratical and demon craft infiltration in our government. You know what I'm saying? And even the involvement with many other groups and the groups driven by fear, by assassination and killing of these men in all ways. Whenever they do not do what they say, this is their course of action. It's very sad to see that they call themselves even the most intelligent people on planet Earth, because it is clear to see that the leadership in itself is sometimes on the shit and run, what we call the shit and run. So, we have to start looking at this thing from a brighter perspective in all ways. Minister Farrakhan, to me, I'm sad to say it, to me was no more of a product of the influential nonsense by the wicked beasts and so-called his slave masters, I guess, you know what I'm saying, affiliation and the psychological corruption of his leadership, to me, over the minds of the people, to remove Malcolm and put yourself in that place. I'm sad to say it, you can never be Malcolm. You can never even have the flair nor the right as any type of leader of the people. You have forfeit your right of that many years ago, and now you must move on because your time has passed. You must only seek restitution of whatever you seek with sympathy within yourself. But don't ask us to ever forgive you or to even see any way to do so. You and Elijah Muhammad and Farad Muhammad and the rest of you clowns stole the minds of our people and their simple minds in many ways and led them into a world of hell, while you remove the very man who had brought in many forms, I don't agree with his religious part, but his overstanding of his power to the people of his people and his people to move forward in a great light. You did that and replaced it with a tyrant. Sad. Very sad. They would be involved with this behavior and the killing of a great leader, a great scholar, a great man altogether, who in all ways showed the power of the black man in all ways. I will say his name in only one way, the great Malcolm X. We must move on now. But the general will continue to bring forth the evidence that you need and the information. So stay with him. So this is point blank saying. 1.